Introducing to you first the challenger on my left, fighting out of the blue corner. He enters the ring wearing red, white, and blue trunks, fighting out of Bayamon, Puerto Rico. He weighed in at 147 pounds, and his record includes 44 wins, only one loss, one no contest, with 21 wins coming by way of knockout. He is ranked the number 8 welterweight contender by the IBF. Please welcome tonight's challenger, the 3-time world champion, the colorful Hector Macho Camacho. And his opponent across the ring on my right is the defending champion, fighting out of the red corner. He enters the ring wearing white trunks trimmed with the Puerto Rican flag and hailing from Cupe Alto, Puerto Rico. He weighed in the same weight of 147 pounds. His unblemished record includes 22 wins, no losses, with 19 big wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the rising young star of the welterweight division, the undefeated IBF welterweight champion of the world, Felix Tito Trinidad. Once again, here's your referee in charge, Joe Cortez.
Okay, Hector. All right, second. Felix. Ok, ya yo le di la regla en el camerino a los dos. Quiero una pelea limpia. I gave you both the rules. Give me a clean fight. Shake hands.
Round 1 scheduled for 12 for the IBF Welterweight Championship. Felix Trinidad, for him to succeed, he's got to guard against getting frustrated by Camacho, which many fighters have succumbed to in the past. If Trinidad is impressive tonight, the rising star status and high expectations would be justified. Camacho moving up to the welterweight division is ring-wise. He knows all the tricks. He could give Trinidad problems.
I think the speed as well as that experience are going to come into play here very early. We'll see if he gets frustrated, the young champion. We'll see if Camacho's very effective early. Also, being a southpaw can't help. That adds there. Again, you'll see that southpaw style is going to add some frustration. He jumped in from the right side, hit the champion with a quick shot, and in and out. He's gone.
These first rounds ought to be completely Camacho dominated because of his speed and his experience. He's been a multiple champion. He knows he's been here, and that's an awful lot to put on the line against a kid that's just barely arrived.
And he knows how to fight defensively as well. He's a master in that area. He told us even in the shape I was for Chavez, I could beat Trinidad. Camacho told us Chavez couldn't knock me out with the kitchen sink, so Trinidad won't get to me. But Camacho shouldn't underestimate Trinidad's punching power. Should point out Camacho has never been knocked out.
I think the way that Chavez cut off the ring and walked Camacho around, I think that was key for the way Camacho lost. Trinidad doesn't cut the ring off or close with that kind of pressure, so that's all in Camacho's favor here.
Camacho said he doesn't feel Trinidad punches as hard as Chavez. Plus, Felix doesn't apply as much pressure as Chavez. And Hector feels that will be to his advantage.
Well, guys, this is just starting up. And right now, all we got is Macho running. He hasn't been doing an awful lot of fighting. Who could you give this round to? Nobody's done anything so far. They're just feeling each other out. For the first time, they've tangled toes. And you're going to see that all night long with a left-hander and a right-hander.
Camacho's landed a few jabs. There have been some glancing blows hitting both men, but right now very light. Maybe a slight edge to Camacho, but this is where judging a fight of this nature becomes very, very objective.
Well, for openers, Felix has got to throw something to take this round if he's going to take it at all, because the only guy throwing anything is Camacho. Although he's throwing it into the air, he has landed a few glancing blows. So far, the only thing you could judge here.
In light of the fact that it's such a big fight, monumental fight for Felix Trinidad, do you think, there's a tendency to show a little tightness on his part here in the first round?
Well, I don't think he's ever seen anybody like Camacho. It's going to take him 2 or 3 rounds to get used to the excellence of Macho Camacho and then get down into his kind of fighting.
Time!
Tito.
Let's listen.
Óyeme esto, no brinque tanto, ¿sabes? Porque yo quiero que me mueva la cintura y camine, ¿oíste? Seguimos así, ¿oíste? Esto es cuestión de tiempo, ¿sabes?
He said, don't jump up and down. Don't jump. He's moving around. Get down. Don't jump. You're wasting your time getting it. Walk to him. Walk to him. That's all right. He's got this round. He said, now you know he's no great whirling dervish. Go get him.
Con turno 2 de repetición estamos hechos. Tengan la confianza en jugáramos. Eso es todo.
They're very calm here. In this corner, they're very satisfied with Macho's work. Macho has taken that round as far as they're concerned, as far as I'm concerned also. And now comes Felix's time to stop bouncing with him and try to get into some kind of punch out with him.
So it's round 2. Camacho brings ring smart, speed, superb technical skills, and 3 world titles into the fight. Some feel he is in a must-win situation against a man almost 10 years his junior. Trinidad also cat-like, quick, sharp, calm, patient with knockout power in both hands. Well, Joe Cortez yelling break, 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 but Felix kept hammering away.
Fighters that come in real quick, boom, 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 hit you 2, 3 quick, easy shots, and then hold you, are extremely frustrating. And there you can see Trinidad banging on the side, but when the referee says to stop and break, that's when you got to stop punching on the inside like that.
But he got in 4 good shots. See that stepping on the foot? Exactly what was said in the first round. They opened this round with that. He stepped on Macho Camacho's foot. You can't help it. It's right up there. He's very tall. He puts his foot up to charge, and there's Macho's foot. You shouldn't step on it.
That's one of the awkward parts of boxing with a southpaw again. You'll see, again, he's stepping on his feet on a regular basis. And this is something that's going to work right now, the reach and the height to Trinidad's advantage, as well as he doesn't do the moving.
Trinidad 5'11", a 70-inch reach. Camacho 5'6 and a half, a 67-inch reach.
Macho threw the first really serious intent to hurt punch just then and missed it by a mile, but at least Macho's trying. At this point, Macho is pursuing rather than the other way around.
That's exactly right. Look who's backing up now.
There's a trickle of blood, left eye of Felix Trinidad.
Oh, boy. This is just starting, and now he's got another problem. He's got blood coming out of the corner of his eye. It's over the eye, not in a good place. Right at the corner of the eye. That's going to bleed all the way through. Tough to stop those. Tough to stop that.
Trinidad has never lost, 22-0 with 19 knockouts, 9 straight KOs, 3rd highest knockout ratio of all present world champions.
It would be a shame to see a cut like this factor in so that Trinidad can't fight his fight, or that the fight would get stopped, because I don't think it was a clean punch. It had to be somewhere in that little bit of holding and wrestling that head's banged accidentally. I never saw a good clean shot it could have done with that cut.
No,
Like it has that.
I think that was a head shot. I think that was a head shot.
Left hand missing by Camacho. Showing the quickness of Trinidad.
And now it's Trinidad on the attack and Camacho going back as we figured it would be for the whole fight. Oh, nice right hand by Trinidad. Not a lot of steam on it, but he got to him.
And a countering left by Hector Camacho. Swing and a miss at the bell. Let's see if we can examine that cut closer here.
Hold him in the corner. We can take care of it. It's very little. Don't let it affect you. But I tell you what, what's affecting him is Camacho's ring mastery right now, because so far he's won the first 2 rounds on my card unofficially because he's just doing better boxing.
Well, I agree with you. I think right now he's carried the little bit of the action to Trinidad a little better, a little more effective. Trinidad's confused, but I think what Trinidad has to stop worrying about is all the little punches. He's going to get hit with some of them. Walk through him and try and land some bombs, hit him to the body, slow some things down. You can't block every shot of a fighter that's quick. It's just not going to happen.
And if he thinks, if he has a hope that Macho Camacho is going to slow down, he is wrong. Macho will do this for 12 rounds.
Trinidad has little respect for Camacho. He ranked his top 3 Puerto Rican fighters, Camacho not among them. He listed Wilfredo Gomez, Wilfred Benitez, and Carlos Ortiz. In And you have to wonder if many of his fellow Puerto Ricans share the same opinion.
They do, for the simple reason that the Puerto Ricans are a great fight country, and they pride themselves on the bravery of their fighters. You couldn't fight with any more guts than Wilfredo Gomez or Carlos Ortiz or Jorge Torres or Gonzalez. It's just a raft of great Puerto Rican fighters. And when Macho came in, could have been that kind of fighter and chose show business instead. They just despised him for a while.
It's almost ironic they call him the Macho Man because his type of fighting style is not that of a Macho Man.
Yeah, it's the exact antithesis.
He's always liked to live out the macho image he has projected outside the ring. But as we showed you on the feature, he went too far recently, having a run-in with a police officer.
Well, I've had occasion to socialize with him, and outside the ring, he does do his best to live up to just that image.
Well, he served a 6-month house arrest to avoid a 90-day jail sentence and served 200 hours of community service down in Florida. He could not leave his house without his lawyer. There was a leniency to let him train. He set up training camp at his house.
It's the first time in the history of boxing where you think a penalty of legal kind could improve your chances of winning a title, and it certainly has, because he's doing a very good job here, although Felix is now picking it up this round.
Felix Trinidad.
A good left hand. He hit him with a good left hand and then followed him with a lead right, and he caught Camacho dead on the button.
And look at the way Camacho ran and grabbed. And Camacho in a little bit of problems here.
Remember, Camacho's never been stopped or knocked out.
He's never faced a cannon like this kid.
All of a sudden, a burst from Felix Trinidad here in the 3rd round, final seconds.
And a big change in the tide here. The flood waters are coming on for Macho Camacho.
And Trinidad wants more after the bell.
For the rest of this fight. And you see the direct action. He's got these long arms. He didn't hit cleanly there, but look how Macho Man holds on. What he does do is bang to the body real hard. And look at that shot.
Just prior to that right hand was a left hook that glanced off the side of Hector's temple, which stunned him.
And here's the end of the round where so much battle continues even after the bell. Look at that. Cortez doing a good job, but he had to separate them forcefully.
Round 4. Keep in mind, Camacho in September of '92 went the distance with Julio Cesar Chavez. He was severely punished by Julio, but he remained on his feet the entire way, somewhat of a moral victory. And now Camacho is shaken up.
And now what is it? Is it a timeout? What?
I think he thumbed him in the eye or butted him.
Yeah, it's the left eye of Hector Camacho, claiming he was thumbed.
And Joe Cortez is listening to the complaint where he should be making a ruling. Camacho,
much indecision here.
Camacho looking like he will not continue if not given the time. Oh, he will. He will.
All right, he tries to clear out that left eye.
Cortez just stood firm, said you will continue to fight.
Well, if he doesn't continue to fight, even if it's an out-and-out foul, he has to continue or the fight's over.
Well, that was a precarious moment there. Good thing that we have a good, strong referee like Joe Cortez. Told him, you got to fight. You can no more time.
I wonder what this does to the confidence of Trinidad. It's got to boost it a little.
Well, I think that last round boosted him pretty good. He knows that if he hits him, he's going to get him in trouble.
You'll start to see some more lead right hands. The right hand that was effective in the last round. But also, you might see Trinidad get a little over-anxious, miss some big shots, and then get tired. So it worked both ways for him.
Trinidad's got to throw something. I mean, Bobby, he's got this guy running. He's got this guy scared. The word scared doesn't, I don't want to use it that way. He's got this guy cautious. Camacho's cautious. He's felt the sting. He's felt the thumb, you know.
And Camacho comes back with the left hand. Trinidad has a reputation of starting out slowly, being calm, waiting for his moment, but he might be too composed right now. He should go in.
That's another nice little left hand off the cheekbone of Camacho.
He's trying to time Camacho, something that is extremely difficult to do. He's so quick, it's difficult to time him to counter him. So what he has to do is press him and force some mistakes, force some action, and get a slugfest going. That's what the Macho Man needs to do. As soon as a punch is blocked, boom, react. Counter, react. Counter, react. That's what he has to do.
Camacho coming out of this eye thing pretty well.
Yeah, well, Camacho, look at that. Look at the feet. He rode Camacho back on his foot. I mean, this is going to be a problem all night long. This guy's too tall, and Camacho's too short.
Less than 30 seconds, round 4.
Nice crisp right hand by Trinidad, the kind he's got to put in to do the damage.
When Camacho starts to get Trinidad's timing and rhythm down a little bit, it'll be interesting to see how his straight left hands, if they start landing, affect Trinidad.
Nice right hand by Trinidad, and Camacho goes flaring back.
All right, break.
Trinidad continues to belt.
I really didn't see it clearly.
His eye immediately closed up, but now it is wide open.
And it affects your vision too. It hurts like hell, and it's double vision.
Probably just got his eyelashes poked back in there for a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Round number 5, scheduled for 12 for the IBF Welterweight Championship. Felix Trinidad in the white trunks with the red trim. He's the champion.
Certainly Camacho bringing his considerable skills. I haven't seen him this sharp in a long time. But this kid does not look impressed. Felix looks like he's just looking to land his bombs.
Camacho told us he feels as sharp as ever and very strong at 147. And then against Chavez, he lost some steam because he had to lose weight. He says in retrospect he should have used more lateral movement, but he says the Chavez fight didn't take anything out of him.
Something we really haven't talked about a lot is that this is at 147. As blazing fast as Camacho's always been, the ability he's had to punch whatever it may be was at 140 and below. So he hasn't had a lot of competition this strong at 147. We're going to see in the later rounds how that strength affects him.
Camacho won the WBC junior lightweight title in '83, the WBC lightweight title in '85, and the WBO junior welterweight title in '89. His goal is to win a 4th title and then meet Chavez in a rematch. But he's got to get by Felix Trinidad.
Nice counter left hand by Camacho there. Trinidad drove him into the ropes with a nice right hand, bounced off, got his own left hand home.
Yeah, the pace is heating up. Felix is heating up the pace, and he's willing to eat some counter punches to do it. And of course, Camacho doesn't miss many chances to counter punch, so this is getting to be very, very interesting.
Right now, Trinidad doing something that I like when I have to work with southpaws, and that's a nice lead right hand with a left hook counter, either to the head or body. And right there, saw another nice body shot landed, and Camacho doing his hold on thing.
Camacho will hold on. I mean, he shows you when he's hurt. He grabs. There's no question about it. He's not embarrassed to do that. So you know when he's hurt. Good action by Camacho, coming back with 2 hooks in counter punch.
Trinidad, as Bobby was talking about, a natural welterweight. Camacho isn't. Felix Sr., the trainer for Felix Jr., feels his son and pupil can knock out Camacho.
You will see Trinidad as a junior middleweight and not too far down the road, because right now I know he's having trouble at 147. I've heard that from a number of people.
Again he stepped on his foot. And Camacho stumbles as a result.
I don't know about that. Holding and hitting, 1 point deducted.
He's had a lot of trouble with him even at the end of the rounds when they're holding. He won't let go even after Cortez says break. Therefore, the point. He won them 3 times. That brings a winning round down to an even round.
Pretty even.
I've got a dead even. I had the first 2 Camacho, the next 2 Trinidad. The last round I thought Trinidad edged until they took the point away.
Exactly. So 46-46, and we both went to the same school.
So things really getting interesting now.
Again, twice Felix put his foot right on top of Camacho's foot. It doesn't seem to bother Camacho, I'll say that for him. The only difference is the ebb and flow of this. Looks like Felix is gaining steam, is chasing him harder and harder, and Felix is running more and more. And in the eyes of the judge, this is a champion chasing the challenge. It's called ring generalship, aggression, and sometimes the points go to the champion who's doing the chasing.
Felix Trinidad pressing the attack.
He's gaining confidence with each round that Camacho not only can't hurt him, but that he can reach Camacho and hurt Camacho.
Camacho backing away, looking to avoid those stiff punches.
Exactly what Felix has got to do. He's got to make him feel the kind of power he's got, even if he hits just gloves. As Bobby pointed out, sometimes that goes right through the gloves and hits you on the head with your own gloves. Well, he's got to do that. He's got to make Felix, oh, nice shot by Camacho. He's got to make Camacho feel like, hey, this guy can really bang.
Not only that, but when you have your left hand in his face and he's got his gloves up, you're keeping him from hitting you. His hands are where they need to be to protect him.
Bobby, do you think Trinidad has solved the southpaw style of Hector Camacho? But Camacho landing now.
Yeah, he solved a lot of it, but again, he could get careless. He could do a lot of different things that go along with being an inexperienced champion and prideful young man that he is. He's got a lot solved, and there's going to be a few things that are not solved.
There you go.
We'll see what Hector decides he's going to do, because I think that's key.
The thing is, the urgency, the aggression of the champion. I mean, he keeps coming, and as far as the cut is concerned, it has pretty well subsided. They've done a good job. Macho has not been hitting it with a jab, so it doesn't open more. All in all, it looks like the tide is turning in favor of Felix Trinidad, the champion.
Great defense by Camacho.
I'll tell you, I think right now, as the fight is laying out, Camacho's getting the short end of most of the exchanges, and the fight could very well be a close decision loss. But we've seen some very strange draws on fights over the years, and I wouldn't be real surprised.
We saw one today.
And round number 7.
This is round 7.
Scheduled for 12.
And look at the foot on that again. Boy, I mean, that time it was all the way up to the instep.
If we go back to that third round where that one big right hand started to turn things around for Trinidad, the pace has swung, the tide has turned toward him. I have him ahead by a point. But there is Camacho landing that straight left, which I was wondering how long it was going to take him to do. He needs to land that with consistency.
There's a nice right hand by Felix Trinidad.
And back comes Camacho, but no damage.
No damage blocked. This kid is a decent defensive fighter as well as offensive fighter. He doesn't get hit clean. There are not many clean shots.
The point taken away from Trinidad doesn't seem to have changed his thought process or his strategy. He's just not going to hit on the break or hold anymore.
And he's pummeling the body of Mancho Camacho, who holds on.
For a young kid, just 21, he really shows a lot of patience there.
And composure.
Absolutely.
He's got a cut, doesn't bother him. Takes a point away, doesn't bother him. He's fighting a left-hander who's maybe one of the best defensive fighters in boxing, and it doesn't bother him. So let's see how this is going to work out.
No holding, says Joe Cortez to Camacho.
He said, I'll take points if you hold that way. I don't know how he can do that, Bobby, just by holding on.
You know what? If you really go back to boxing, look at the rules. It's against the rules. It's illegal to clinch and hold on, yet it's a common boxing strategy. What he is talking about here, Joe Cortez, is excessive holding to the point he dives into him to grab him and waltz him and walk him around. That's illegal.
Nice punches. Nice combination of punches by Trinidad. And Macho came back with a few just to answer. Body shot. Oh, again Macho talking about his eyes. I don't know if he's acting or what's going on here. I don't see those things happening. I don't see him getting hit.
Right now, I can't tell you what the Macho Man's thinking, but he's not fighting as well as he was talking to us. He's not doing what he said he was going to do. He's not doing what we've seen him do in the past.
Oh, they bumped heads there. Unfortunately, no cuts. Final seconds of round 7.
And this starts to take the aspect of a champion trying to make a fight and a challenger trying to avoid. Grabbed him by the back of the head and pulled him in. That's a no-no also.
Right, but when you're getting hit, you'll do what you have to.
Yeah, but the guy lost a round for doing it. Lost a point. Joe Cortez has got his hands full today.
Camacho comes out winging, looks a little more determined now as we enter round 8. But he keeps backpedaling against the onrushing Trinidad, the champion.
Now, this is the same tactic that doesn't make him a favorite in Puerto Rico. I mean, you take the great champions, they came ahead and they gave you battle. This guy, look at his hold. I mean,
you hear the fans now getting on Camacho. Puerto Rico, rich in boxing heritage. The island has produced 30 world champions in less than 60 years, including these two here. Felix Trinidad, who is controlling this fight against Hector Camacho.
It could be very possible that the torch has to be handed on to the younger generation right now. Hector just doesn't look to have the old fire. I thought I was going to see the resurrection of Hector, but right now he's faltering. I don't know what kind of problems he's having with the eye, but he's having an awful lot of problems with the man in front of him.
And you have to wonder if in due time will Felix Trinidad someday be rated amongst the elite of Puerto Rican fighters.
Well, he's got every element that makes fighters great, Puerto Rican or otherwise. He's on the attack all the time. He won't go back. He's got a great defense. He's got a lion's heart. Same thing made Wilfredo Gomez great, Carlos Ortiz great. Same thing that made Benitez great. That's what a great fighter. Puerto Rican, Mexican, or whatever. That's what makes a great fighter.
Despite all of the wacky antics he displays in the ring and out, I think Hector Camacho is a real good guy. And right now, I know he can fight better than this. I'm not sure what is wrong besides the fact that Trinidad is so good, but something just doesn't look right to me.
Well, he might have frittered away all his talents with all the high life and the fun that he's had, and he can't draw it back. When it reaches a time in life when it catches up with you, it just may have caught up with him, although this fight is far from over, and it's far from being what we think it is right now. I mean, the judges could be looking at this beautiful ring generalship of Macho Camacho.
Well, there's no questioning the heights Camacho has reached as a boxer, 3-time world champ and all, but imagine how much higher he might have gone had he been more responsible and less a street kid outside the ring. You never know. And now the holding, cautioning by Joe Cortez.
That's the second one. Yeah. That's the second one. That's a serious one. That's before the whole public. You keep on holding, I'm taking a point.
This is going to make for an interesting fight. It has to change Camacho's style because holding is part of his style.
Yeah.
Always has been, always will be, especially with punchers.
Bobby, I don't think he can change. See that? I don't think he can change that. I don't think he can change. That's part of his style.
Well, right now he's trying every trick in the book, legal or illegal. Final seconds of the 8th. Fast bell.
Okay. That might have been the toughest punch of the night.
Yeah, when he had to hit him in the mouth.
But he's 21 years of age. Felix Trinidad as we head into round 9. I did see who slapped him. I know his father's in the corner. I don't think that was his dad.
Break.
Joe Cortez is looking closely at this holding, and I guarantee you, I would lay the odds 100 to 1 right now. There will be a point taken away from Camacho. This is going to get evened up in the point department.
And that's a great way to do it.
The sharp, fast Trinidad stalking Camacho now, but Camacho holds on. And the crowd again will boo.
Didn't Muhammad Ali win his 3rd world championship doing that? Hitting and holding, and then when he backed up, leaving that left hand out there for some more?
Yeah, but he did a lot of things during his career. You have to say what stage he was in. I mean, you know, he had different stages.
Camacho is receiving some long, cold stares from Joe Cortez right now. He better be careful.
Again with the foot. Almost every round has had the foot problem. And it's never Camacho's foot on top of Trinidad. So it's Trinidad on top of Camacho.
Trinidad slowed down just a pinch in this round. Camacho's got to land a few more straight lefts. Not real effective, but landing.
Trinidad is a knockout artist. As I mentioned, third highest knockout ratio of all present world champions, 86%. Got 9 straight, 19 knockouts and 22 wins, no losses.
Whoa!
Body shots by Trinidad.
Styles. That's old Lou Rodriguez shot.
A hard right by Trinidad that rocked Camacho.
Camacho's going to hold on now. You watch this point get close.
He said it again.
He's talking about it.
I don't know how many more times he's got to say it. What does he need, carbon paper?
Trinidad, all kinds of confidence now, dancing around, looking for the opening. And avoiding.
Here it comes.
No, he didn't do it again. Boy, he sure is patient.
Break.
Again, the pursuit goes on. The champion on the hunt. Camacho retreating. Can't win the championship that way in my book.
Frustrate Trinidad, land more cleanly.
Well, it's certainly going to be interesting to see what the scoring is going to be. We've had some really creative scoring here. I've got him ahead, 86 to 82. What do you got, Bob?
I believe I have it 86 to 83. And, you know, it's right now it doesn't appear as if either fighter's got the ability to knock the other out. Camacho's always going to hold, run, dodge, bob, weave, hold.
If they take a round away from him at this point, he can kiss it goodbye.
It won't help his case.
Take a point away right now.
On a counter punch, left hand by Trinidad and holding again.
Look.
He's waltzing.
Because he got in trouble. He got in trouble.
Time called by Joe Cortez.
There's the point, Bobby. But he got in trouble. His legs went crazy, and he held on.
I'll tell you what, it's a lesser of two evils right now. Now, we talked about it before, but that 147 pounds, he's not getting hit by 140 pounders anymore. Can he withstand the onslaught of this young man? He's going to hold on again, and he's going to keep doing it.
And now he spins Trinidad around, hearing it again from the crowd. Camacho.
He got hit. He got hit hard, and his legs wobbled on him. That's when he grabbed him. Well, he's got to back that up and take a look at that in replay because something hit him very hard.
Joe Cortez, or no Joe Cortez, he wasn't about to let loose.
Well, this now becomes a 10-8 round. You take 1 point away, and you'd have to do some creative adding and subtracting to give this fight to Camacho thus far, all the way here in the 10th round. Let me hasten to add, you can negate the scores by knocking your opponent out. Look at the grabbing. Look. What is he going to do? Take another point, Bobby?
Camacho's in trouble.
Want a clean fight, said Joe Cortez. He said you keep doing that, but he never finished the sentence.
Well, because he's in trouble. Hector Camacho's in trouble, and here's the place it comes, into the corner, and a hold. He's going to be disqualified if he continues to do that.
You can see Cortez trying to give Camacho man every benefit. Doesn't want to disqualify him. He may not have to, as Trinidad loads up.
Oh, big trouble for Hector Camacho as this young guy has got
He might go down for the first time.
Camacho needs that rest. He needs that corner. He's got 25 seconds to go. If he doesn't get that corner, I'll tell you what, this fight could be over.
This kid is coming on like a cavalry charge. That's what this kid is. And we keep calling him a kid. He's not. He's a man. He is a champion. He is a killer instinct champion.
Well, he's going to last this round anyway.
Let's go.
He made it.
Wow, what a round, Bobby. With this many, see how his legs went just then? Something had happened to him. It was a delayed reaction to a punch. Now watch how he grabs. There's no way Cortez, that's flagrant. You can't permit that, especially after he's been warned so many times. Cortez actually went way out of the way to help him. And now, after that, he comes back. Bobby, look at this.
I know, he's got him now. He's got him in a lot of trouble. He's pushing him back. He's hurt him. Something in Camacho went wrong. I don't know if he got hit in the temple and his legs just went, but he wasn't right. He never recovered. We'll see what the 1 minute has done during the rest period, but he was clearly out of it. He looks just now to his corner. He's kicking his legs to get some feeling in him.
Well, he is behind now. He is behind no matter who's keeping score right now.
Here we go, round 11. Felix Trinidad looking to end it against a man who has never tasted the canvas, Hector Camacho. Felix Trinidad's first trip past 10 rounds. So uncharted territory, doesn't seem to mind. And he continues his pursuit of the Macho Man. And Camacho just keeping his distance, trying to avoid those lethal punches of Trinidad.
He is in a survival mode.
Exactly,
This is
Bobby.
not to win now. Now it's to survive.
Now
He's
it's
hurt.
not-
He doesn't have it. This is to survive.
This is to make it to 12, just like he did with Chavez. He's taking his beating. Now he's going to make it to 12.
He's just not taking as much punishment as was dished out by Chavez. But he is feeling the effects.
And yet he appeared more hurt and more out of it.
Did he though?
Oh,
Earlier.
Trinidad could get a little sloppy now and start lunging, but the thing is, Camacho might not have the power to knock him out. He's never been a knockout puncher, but he's always been quick. Timing could be something here, can never tell.
I don't think Macho wants to even take the chance of throwing a good hard punch. He looks like he is, what you just correctly said, a survival mode. This is a round to survive, clear his head. He doesn't mind blowing it as long as he doesn't get knocked out.
If Trinidad does have a knockout punch, it's a left hook, but he also has a wicked right hand.
This guy has power in either hand. I mean, he is good, hard puncher, and he also punishes the body.
We saw that against Maurice Blocker and Luis Garcia.
And for having such an innocent baby face, he's got the killer instinct of Rocky Graziano, Rocky Marciano, all those tough guys with ugly faces.
And Rocky Balboa.
No, he's just got a good looking face and a good script.
Pace slowing.
Again, we're in survival mode. Not going to make the fight any more exciting, but he's through another round. He's going to survive. He's a prideful human being. He's a fighter that absolutely will not quit, but here he knows he can't win, I think he feels, I think he senses it, but he doesn't want to get stopped. It's a matter of pride now.
Well, it's turned into a foot race now, and round 11 over.
Said, do it for your mother. That's pretty strong. You know, he can't do it for his father. He's in the corner already. Good for everybody.
Sade is his manager, who thinks he'll be a superstar someday as they touch gloves. 12th round.
Emil Sade told me he's going to knock this guy out, and then he's going to beat Julio Cesar Chavez, and that's the program they got. It's a little too early in the game to talk about Julio Cesar Chavez, in my book.
Yeah, I think it's a little premature for that one.
Yeah.
But I can't believe they've got Camacho winning in that corner.
Well, let's not say anything until we hear what the judges think. Remember,
we're in Las Vegas.
We have had surprises in Las Vegas.
And don't forget, the corner will say just about anything short of do it or your mom will die. You know, they will try anything to implore the fighter in the final seconds of a fight to do whatever he has to pull it out. This is it. It's 3 minutes. What else can go wrong?
If they can give this running retreat to Hector Camacho in a decision, give him the championship, then they are truly charitable cases. And blind as well.
Can't see it.
Yeah, I don't know about charity. I mean, blind would be better.
I mean, you just cannot win a championship going away, holding, getting penalized for holding.
I have Trinidad comfortably ahead. He doesn't need to force the fight here. He just doesn't have to make any mistakes.
He
stays standing, he wins.
He can lose this round and still be so far ahead. He's got change coming.
Oh, yeah, he can get knocked down and still have change left over.
This could be the first time he goes 12 rounds. Felix Trinidad.
I think Macho has paid the price of wasting his talent on high life and not having the energy that he needs. You can't just keep playing that high life and have it not come back and haunt.
Body shots again by Felix Trinidad.
It's just not there. Camacho has thrown in the proverbial towel, but he's going to stay on his feet. He wants to finish this one on his feet.
The last 3 or 4 rounds have been clearly survival mode for Camacho.
You have to say Camacho, for all of the faults that he has, is a prideful man, as Bobby said, and he has, in the ring, always tried to survive at least to 12. He just won't quit. And so let's give him that.
We saw the ultimate case with Chavez.
Yeah, but let's give him that.
You know, we've seen a lot of fighters stay past their welcome. I certainly hope I don't do it. It broke my heart to watch Sugar Ray when he got beat up by Norris. Hector's demonstrating maybe he's past his welcome.
Yeah. The only difference is he showed a lot of courage and fortitude, more so against Chavez. His stock actually went up in losing to Chavez as opposed to tonight.
Yeah, because up to that point, he just never showed up for a fight. I mean, in that fight, at least he took leadership. In this fight, he's just running.
I'm convinced something's wrong. Something contributed to this terrible performance. The Macho Man is still better than what we've seen tonight.
Fight is over, and the resume is that the champion maintains it.
Let's go to our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of boxing here at the MGM Grand Garden, we have a unanimous decision, and I will read the score totals. Judge at ringside, Glenn Hamada, scores the bout 116-110. Mike Gliena scores the bout 117-109. Dalby Shirley scores the bout 119-106. All three in favor of the winner, and still champion, Felix Tito Trinidad.
So there it is across the board, a unanimous decision for 21-year-old Felix Trinidad. He retains his IBF welterweight title, goes to 23-0.